Dude, I have mad goosebumps. Damn! Let's go, dude. Oh my god, he has so many. Dang, Gaara, man. That resolve. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome or welcome back. Hope you all are having a good day. If you're new here, my name's Josh. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna be watching some Shippuden together today. Yeah, y'all, shit is heating up for sure. Got our boy Gaara back in the mix now. I like that he has got a little bit more free will and I get to see all his mannerisms once again. But yeah, y'all, it's Christmas week here. It's, well, Christmas Eve today. If any of y'all celebrate, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. I got all my presents wrapped just in time, just in time. I'm always a procrastinator. I think I told you all last time that I procrastinated real bad on the gifts, buying the gifts, but at least I got the gifts wrapped in time. But yeah, my family always, like my siblings and I, we have like a tradition to go out to IHOP at midnight or like around midnight as we go into Christmas. We've done it for like, I don't know, probably like 10 years now or something. You know, we do a nice dinner on Christmas Eve, brunch on Christmas, have some mimosas, you know, it'll be fun. Let me know what y'all do for the holidays, if you celebrate, if you guys got any traditions or anything with your family. Would love to hear about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one. If you enjoy it, drop a like for me, comment, subscribe, all the good YouTube shit. I appreciate it as always. And let's go ahead and watch some Shippuden together. Can you imagine riding on something like this, y'all? Wait, is he making it fly? Oh my god! Dude, that's insane. That's so cool. Still on your secret mission. Oh, dude, Naruto's gonna be pissed when he hears about Yamato. Dude, I'm just picturing how strong Sasuke is gonna be with Itachi's eyes. Ooh. More insect balls. Such a useful ability. Oh, is he gonna see all the Zetsus? I'm kind of curious if they'll actually use these animals at all. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, now he's got to actually like tune his control of it. Do some Jenga. Dude, his form is so much cooler than B's, I won't lie. The fact that he's glowing. Yeah, too much strength. He looked like he did it pretty gently. There you go. I feel like B's not really thinking about like hiding Naruto away from the Akatsuki or anything. He's just actually wants to train him. What's Tsunade thinking about? The Cloud Village architecture and stuff kind of reminds me of the Airbenders in Avatar, Last Airbender.
8尾9尾とも無事だ。だった木遁使いがさらわれた。
さらわれた、やられたのではなく、それでは敵にこちらのさらなる情報が。
とにかくじゃ、詳しいことは中で話す。
It's kind of an interesting way to start this war, is just like a battle of collecting intel. It's pretty cool. Very realistic for a shinobi.
始めてもらおう。その前にこのヤマトから情報を取り出すのは先だ。ただし殺さないでもらいたい。絶たちをさらに強くしたいならね。輪廻が人間道の術を使えば簡単に情報を取り出せる。こいつが死ぬ。絶を強くするには生かしたままの方がいいってことか。ああ。毒か。これで木遁の力を抑え込んでいるな。カブトめ。白間の細胞を研究している。僕が作った。
Sure has.
大丈夫。絶たちには使わない。確かに。
Yeah, dude, Zetsu definitely has.
細胞によるものだ。
Okay, yep, that's confirmation.
随分とこっちの手の内を調べてやがったな。
Man, yeah, Kabuto's kind of a little bit of a rogue piece here that could ruin everyone's plans on both sides.
みんなすまない。僕の自白剤と二つ押しで十分情報は取れる。
True serum.
チャクラの無駄遣いをする必要もなくなるってわけさ。あれはこの葉の新しい情報。
Yeah, is this gonna be from Anko?
バツ印が敵のアジトと確定。山岳の墓場と呼ばれるところだ。下隠れを通ってくる。2国に避難勧告を。潜入偵察隊からの情報による敵の数約10万。移動を考えると海上ルートから来るのは少数と考えられる。取り囲まれるとやばい。
This is cool, man. I love all the strategy.
勝敗が決まる。まず奇襲部隊に招集をかける。集めた戦闘大連隊も隊を組ませてそれぞれ陣形を確認させる。
は、同じく後方支援医療部隊には医療任務を携帯させておけ。お前は情報部隊の情報ルートチェックも合わせてやれ。感知部隊の青に連絡。そっちも急いで。はい。
あんたたちが出かけている間にこれができた。受け取れ。
Oh, cool. They're all gonna have the same. That's honestly good. They need to unite. Nice.
俺が奇襲部隊隊長を任された砂の勘九郎だ。
勘九郎さんですね。あだ名は
Oh, sigh.
私がこの部隊の指揮を取るよう仰せつかった静音と言います。
It's just like the medical squad.
皆さんに覚えておいてもらいたいことがあります。
Get into the important matters first.
井ノ一さんですね。私は天があなたの噂は聞いてます。ぜひ今度映像として記録を。
遅れてすみません。
聞いている。大変だったようだな、青葉。
ヤマトが。
だが今は忘れろ。各部隊との連絡を俺たち情報部隊が仕切る。情報は正確かつ迅速に。
Yeah, this is a super important squad.
情報を聞こうとも平静でなければな。
Yeah, I like how they all have the same headbands, but they still are wearing like their towns or leaf village or the village's attire for to separate them out.
はい。俺たちは
Still give them some uniqueness. I wonder if there's gonna be any kind of like inner turmoil between the villages or like people not wanting to fall under, like, you know, there's a certain captain chosen and, you know, they're gonna have to follow from a different village and all this stuff.
里同士で手柄を取り合って。
As I say that, and they're talking about it.
戦闘大連隊はこれこそ戦闘に特化した5つの部隊だ。での戦闘を得意とする忍びで構成されている。暗記や武器を使う忍びがメインだ。第2部隊は近接戦闘に特化した部隊。最前線で戦う
Oh,
忍
be
び。
careful, y'all.
第3部隊は中距離と近距離の間をサポートする部隊。ここはスピードと体力がないと。俺たちは遠距離部隊だな。情報部隊との連携を密にして前線のサポート、後方支援部隊の盾になる必要もある。特殊な忍術や攻撃方法を持つ戦闘特別部隊。
特別部隊。
戦争じゃ何が起きても不思議じゃねえ。そして戦況によっては有利な戦場、不利な戦場ができる。それをカバーできるのは
Gee, just put Shikamaru in charge of this whole Shinobi alliance, man. Make him the leader.
戦争が始まるんだね。
Damn, look at all them. Hey, that's fucking epic.
第1部隊隊長雲隠れ
Dower, yeah.
第2部隊隊長岩隠れの
I don't think we met him. Of course, Kakashi is in the mix.
第5部隊隊長は鉄の国の大将三船、うちらの第4部隊長兼全ての戦闘部隊を
Commander in Chief.
風影
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I have mad goosebumps. Damn! Yo, let's go, dude. There's so many of them. Guys, this is fucking epic. To war!
時は来た。口寄せ、江戸天聖。
Oh my god, he has so many. He did say he had more, right?
元
Okay, we've
暁
seen
の
them.
デイダラ、角図、そして長門。
Jeez.
さらに元陣中力のメン
Ooh. Man, how has he collected all of these?
バーたち。二代目土亀。
Oh my god.
そして、バク
Zabuza? No, not Haku, bro. Oh, not Chio, dude. That's fucked. Don't touch Chio, dude.
トヤス。
Asuma? Oh my. Dude, this is gonna make so many people torn in half, man.
だけじゃない。柱間を持つヤマトを使ったんだ。やはりうまく馴染ん
Oh
だ。
no. Yeah, they look a bit stronger now.
歴代の名だたる忍びたちに強化された10万の白絶。壮観だね。
行くぞ。
第4次任海大戦。
海戦だ。
Oh man, dude, we got quite the matchup here, bro. This shit's insane, y'all. Just, I love seeing the allied forces, just how many there were of them, and like all the different commanders. So dope, dude. Man, I'm already imagining just how many of these shinobis are gonna freaking die, dude. I bet you 40,000 at least will die. That's my guess. I'm gonna say 50,000. How about that?
私たちの隊長ってどの人なんですか？
あそこのだるそうにしてる人だよ。
I trust him, man. He seemed pretty competent.
調子できました。戦争なんて余裕余裕。
I can't wait for that girl to die. I hope she dies.
そうかよ。
The cycle of hatred continues.
売りに持っていく。大丈夫ですか？
Is he still feeling the effects of the gates?
あのうちに食いだめしとか。
ガーラがうちら第4部隊長だが、あいつは連隊長でもある。代理だが、実質はお前が第4部隊長だ。 しっかりな。
I mean, Shikamaru is perfect for it, man. Dude, that's wild that Gar is the commander in chief. That's sick.
さて、ガーラ君、君がこの大連隊の隊長だ。落ち着いたら一言頼むよ。
God, that'd be so much pressure, dude. Can you imagine?
私は残ってこのままアジトの探索をやる。
Maybe you could just save Yamato, man.
は承知。しかしこの情報を伝えねば仲間たちはもっと危険になるんだぞ。
Jeez, dude. The freaking salamander.
ザブザさん、
ここはあの世じゃなさそうだ。
意識ははっきりしてるのに体は勝手に動いてる。
江戸天聖だ。
I want to see if any of them will, like, overcome it. Or if that's even possible, I guess.
つまりこれから戦うことになる。死人まで利用するか。そんな野郎に利用されると気に食わねえ。
お前たちは奇襲陽動小隊。
Commando unit.
サソリとデイダラはトラップ爆破と敵襲。霧の中吉と木の葉の根は感知とサポート。
これはお前ら暁だな。言っとくがお前らの隙にこっちが動くと思って。
そんなヘロヘロのもやし野郎に利用されると暁も地に落ちたな。死んだ旦那が偉そうに言うなっての。たいたい。
Here they go.
デイダラ、お前殺されてえのか。
Here they go.
あんなもおいらも。
So silly.
今は移動に集中してコントロールしているだけだ。最終的には僕が全て仕切る。戦闘になった時は人格を消し殺戮人形になる。そうしない方がいい場合もある。感情を残せば敵の乱れが生じる。そこをつく。
Yeah. Man, that's freaking sadistic.
ダン三条、俺たちの共通点は死人ってことだ。生きた人間を生贄に死者の魂を呼び寄せる禁術にかけられていた。何があったんだ。
Yeah, dude, even Neji's father.
実は連れて行かないのか。
絶はサスケの見張り役としておいて戦争の隙にお前に連れて行かれんとも限らんからな。
すみません、あんこ隊長、どうか無事でいてください。
この感じ、オロチマル。いや、違う。
戦友隊長。
Ah.
見たらしあんこ。
貴様こそ主に変わったつもりか。薬師兜。
Snake v snake.
通用するか。
She get poisoned.
まともに体術でやり合う気なんてないんだ。僕はインテリなんでね。
あらゆる体制を持つ私に。
今や主は僕の方だってことさ。した毒の体制ではその毒は防げない。
Man, Kabuto's like thought of freaking everything.
やっぱりカブトの言った通りだ。3匹発見。
Shit.
は俺が足止めする。本体に情報を伝えるのだ。
Already getting sacrifices.
天隊長があんな若造で大丈夫なのか。何も知らぬくせして勝手なこと言うな。
I just saw Gaara's eye appear. I was like, what the heck is that?
と信用しているわけではない。血の利き方に気をつけろ。
砂はこの白寿司の首謀者みたいなもんだ。あいつらがいなければヒルセン様は
Some bitterness.
あくまで個人の気持ちを言えばということだ。
この葉が偉そうに言ってんじゃねえよ。キラービー様を襲ったのも五影階段を襲ったのもこの葉の抜け人じゃねえか。相影様が左手を失った責任を取れるっていうのかよ。
Not good, man.
やはり霧と岩が手を組むなどありえん。
Yeah, man, there's just so much history and pain between each other.
この野郎。敵か雲隠
Oh my god.
た裏切るつもりだろ。
So much bigger problems on hand, y'all.
自国自里の利益のために第1次から第3次までの長きにわたり忍びはお互いを傷つけ憎しみ合ってきた。憎しみは力を欲し俺が生まれた、かつて俺も憎しみであり力であり人中力であった。そしてこの世界と人間を憎み滅ぼそうと考えた。今暁がなそうとしていることと同じだ。だがこの葉の一人の忍びがそれを止めてくれた。
Bros, man, bros. Naruto crawling like this always gave me, man.
世話かけやがって。
その者は敵である俺のために泣いてくれた。傷つけた俺を友だと言ってくれた。彼は俺を救った。敵同士だったが彼は同じ人中力だった。同じ痛みを理解し合った者同士わだかまりはない。
Yeah, try to build trust someone you can connect with.
に敵はいない。なぜなら皆暁に傷つけられた痛みを持っている。
I like that.
砂も岩も
Yeah. God, still freaking insane, man.
霧も雲もない。あるのはただ忍びだ。
So sick.
砂が許せないのならこの戦争の後に俺の首をはねればいい。
Dang. Gaara, man. That resolve.
みんなの顔つきが変わった。
俺を救ってくれたその友を今敵は狙っている。彼が敵に渡れば世界は終わる。俺は友を守りたい。そしてこの世界を守りたい。世界を守るに俺は若すぎる。
Being vulnerable too.
みんなの力を貸して。
It's a real leader, man. Oh, I'm so proud of Gaara, dude. Oh. See, helping them all look past their differences and connect on what their shared pain is, shared experiences right now. It's like the whole thing, like, you know, if like aliens came down, you know that like all the countries put their differences aside for freaking once.
強い熱を持った連中ほどまとまった時は強くなるじゃん。なあ、ガラ。
立派になったな。
Yeah, all the girls think so.
みんな仲間になれたってわけか。仲間の匂いじゃ覚えねえわけにはいかねえな。
犬塚家の鼻にかけてね。
応援する者は俺に続け。
Let's go. Epic.
やるじゃねえか。ならこれから最
A
後の
final lesson.
寂しくてやるせない。だがやるぜ。
Oh, here we go. This is like all the people raiding Area 51, the Naruto run. Hundreds of them. Oh, dude, dope.
第4次任界大戦我々が勝つ。
当たり前じゃぜ。
ああ、
俺たちは一丸となって命尽きるまで戦おう。友と世界のために。
Jeez. It's so cool, Gar just leading the charge, man. It's definitely like one of my favorite parts of this whole series, and probably why I love Gaara so much, and just his place in the story is like, he was kind of, I don't want to say the main antagonist. I guess Orochimaru was the main antagonist in classic Naruto, but like, he was kind of like the first one in our faces, the first antagonist to see. I mean, I guess not. Zabuza as well. But like, I don't know, like for me, maybe I should say that he was kind of like such a critical antagonist for like a big portion of classic Naruto, especially, you know, Chunin exams and the whole big fight with the Sand Village and Orochimaru and everything. And just to see him evolve and morph through Naruto's character and his influence on him, and seeing it continue to grow and influence people, mature, him stepping up, like it's just really cool to see a character develop that much and go from such a broken character and evil, right? He was even evil, to making reforms and now leading this allied shinobi force. Is just so freaking dope, man. Like I said, I literally felt like proud of him. I was like a parent feeling proud of him. I couldn't hold it back. All right, y'all, assemble allied shinobi forces and for my friends. 2 really great episodes, man. So much set up here for the beginnings of this war. Finally, man, I am ready for it. Yeah, dude, and honestly, still a very action-packed episode with, you know, so many different moving pieces. You know, you could almost say this is the star of the war right now with the mobilization of both of these armies. The scale of this is just crazy. Like, you know, like I said during the reaction, the zooming out of the shinobi forces, just those huge columns, just so freaking cool, man. Like, it reminds me so much of like Lord of the Rings, when you see like the scale of like the Uruk-hai army in Two Towers, or the orcs from Mordor, you know, going to Minas Tirith and just seeing huge columns of infantry. Really cool. I liked how they have broken up all the units into different kind of like specialties, and I like that they're integrating all the different villages together, and that's a very strong theme in these episodes, is kind of the uniting and the uniting of the different villages over shared pain and experience, you know, putting their differences and their own pain aside from each other, you know, from how they've been on 2 different sides of conflict from each other historically, to, you know, connecting over their shared pain from the Akatsuki now. And I like how they're all integrated into units, because if they're really going to win, they need to bring the best out of each other. And if they kept them in their own villages, it would probably not be quite as unified as they need to be. And Gaara is very much a centerpiece to bring them all together here as the commander-in-chief. So freaking cool. But yeah, I really like the different, you know, specialties of each group. If there's any kind of competitive advantage that the allied shinobi force has, it's probably that, the fact that they have a lot more variation than the Akatsuki does, you know, with these different specialty types. And obviously Kabuto's kind of set up different squads with all the reanimated ones, but you know, all the Zetsus will be probably very similar, I assume, although Zetsu in itself has a very unique power set with kind of morphing in and out of ground, so that in itself is kind of an advantage. But I don't know, I feel like the specialties could give the shinobi forces something to have on top of the Akatsuki here. Let's go ahead and do the character names. We'll talk a little bit more as we go. So for MVP, I'm going to give it to Gaara, of course, my boy, my favorite. Yeah, like I was saying at the end, man, I really appreciate Gaara's character so much in this whole story. But I like his speech a ton. You know, I was asking questions about if there would be conflict between the villages, because that would make sense, and we do see that them kind of all understanding the circumstances, but like not being able to set aside their differences, kind of butting heads right at the start. But Gaara kind of you know, starts this speech off in such a great way, where he kind of tells his own story connecting to the cycle of hatred, right? The, you know, 3 great shinobi wars and all the hatred that came out of that, all the bitterness and resentment for each other that we see in present day now between them all trying to unite together, and the conflict that we're seeing in small ways here. And he talks about how he was a product of this hatred, right? He became a weapon, a Jinchuriki, and how he wanted what the Akatsuki want today, which is kind of just destroy the world, right? Destroy the reality that caused him a lot of pain as a Jinchuriki, to be isolated and judged and all these different things. But he tells the story of how his friend Naruto, even though he was his enemy, even though they dealt blows to each other, he cried for him because they had that shared experience, that shared pain as a Jinchuriki. And that's like just such a focal point, is that shared experience and pain can really help humans from different tribes put aside their differences and, you know, kind of start from scratch and build some trust together, because we can all relate to each other. You know, as humans, it's so easy for us to see our differences more so than our similarities, but like that's so many, like we're all so much more similar than we think, you know. It kind of reminds me of, I'm not sure if y'all have seen, like, there's like memes or stuff on social media where it's just like very like nuanced, like human experience, like, I don't know, some weird quirk that we all do, or some kind of, I don't know, something you do growing up. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but all the comments are like, man, none of us have had a unique human experience. We're all just, you know, sharing such weird, quirky experiences with each other. And I think it's so true, you know, and I think GAAR does a really great job of kind of selling everyone down and having them focus on what's at hand to help them build some trust with each other and camaraderie in the present moment. And yeah, like I said in the reaction, I think it's accurate, right? Like, you know, in every like apocalyptic movie, or, you know, when humans have one kind of enemy, it's much easier for them to set their differences aside. Now we always go back into our cycle of mistrust and selfishness after like a big war in history or something like that. But yeah, in this case, it helps them at least deal with it in the present moment. And I especially love the moment where he's kind of talking about how, you know, each village has had pain from the Akatsuki, and he's showing Deidara blowing up the sand village and the stone, and pain with his almighty push in the leaf and the cloud. He's saying like, these villages are no more. There's only Shinobi. Shinobi. It's so sick, dude. I love that. And I also just loved his humility as a leader. You know, he admits that he's much too young to have all the answers or to be able to have, you know, the experience to win this war. And he's like, lend me your strength, believe in me. And he even like puts his life on the line if, you know, by the end of this war, if there's no trust still, they could take his head, kind of thing. So I really love the humility and vulnerability from GAAR here too. And I think that's like what we all need in leaders, is somebody who has a sense of humility to themselves. Usually those are the people that you want to be leading, because they put their trust and faith in the people around them, and it becomes much more of like a team decision or a nation's decision versus just one person. You know, it's not like a dictatorship or anything like that. It's more of a representative that is strong and can make decisions on their own, but understands where they need help and empowers the people around them to help them with that and to bring the best out of them. And I think GAAR is going to do just that here. For the best moment, I'm just going to give it to, it's not really a character, but the allied Shinobi forces as a whole. Yeah, dude, I just love the scene where it pans out and you see like the commanders of the units walking up on the ledge, and the epic music's playing, and this pans out and you just see the huge columns of soldiers of Shinobi. So sick, man. That part was just freaking epic. Nothing more to say there. Honestly, but the second moment that I probably liked as well, which we can talk about in a bit, is all the reanimated Shinobi as well. That was crazy. Funniest character, I'm gonna give it to Deidara with him and Sasori picking back off where they left off, man. Just arguing over art and all this stuff. He's like, don't make me kill you. Hey, fool, we're already dead. Pretty silly. And then for the Sacco, I'm gonna give it to Kabuto, man. Not that, you know, he's like stupid in these episodes, but I think this episode shows just how many freaking moves Kabuto has been making since Orochimaru died. You know, and maybe it was before that too, but you know, collecting whatever he needs for the reanimation. I assume it's like DNA or something from each of these bodies. Like that must have taken tons of time to go and find all these bodies to, you know, get what he needs for the reanimation. You know, the the poison or drug to kind of keep Hashirama's or the first Hokage's kind of power in remission, or kind of mitigating it. He's kind of a double-edged sword at this point for Madara, right? I mean, you see Madara a little worried about it because even though he can empower Zetsu, he also has this drug that can pretty much get rid of the power. And we get kind of confirmation that Zetsu has been made from the first Hokage's cells. So definitely seems like that might be a little bit of a smoking gun. I could see Kabuto trying to betray Madara at some point, or this being thrown into the equation of this whole huge war. It could get complex very quickly, but I don't know, man. Kabuto just making all these sneaky little moves, capturing Anko, reanimating so many people. Just, yeah, he's a rat bastard for that. But let's talk about the reanimated people a little bit. We got the Akatsuki members. We've already seen them. Bunch of former Jinchuriki, which is crazy. I'm curious what their powers will look like. Like, I'm assuming that obviously they don't have like actual tailed beasts in them anymore, so maybe they'll be a little, nerfed in this sense. Former 5 Kage, Sakatsuchi Kage, 3rd Raikage, 4th Kazekage, Zabuzo and Haku. I love that. I love seeing them. Their dialogue was pretty funny. Hanzo, Chiyo, which I really don't want Chiyo to come out. That's really sad. Kimimaro, be cool seeing him. And then Asuma, man, that's a painful one. Don and Hisashi. And you can quickly see that Kabuto's kind of having trouble, like, controlling all of them, all their personalities and wills at once. There's a ton of them. Like, he was not lying when he said he had a lot more. And but yeah, we see he's having difficulty, and it seems like he's gonna kind of pick and choose where he wants to kill the personality more and just make them into like fighting machines. Probably more like what Orochimaru did with the 1st and 2nd Hokage back in classic Naruto versus the 3rd Hokage. He'll probably do that, I'd say, more often than not. But he does mention that keeping the personality intact will make sense for certain kind of matchups. And this is where their intel and their like sensory ninjas, where they have them define these different kind of shinobi and the allied forces, will be important. And I can already see so many different matchups happening. Gaara versus the 4th Kazekage. I think the 4th was his father, right? So Gaara versus father, that might be an emotional battle for Gaara. Kakashi versus Zabuza, maybe. Chiyo versus Sakura. Shikamaru versus Asuma, bro. That would be heartbreaking to see that. Neji versus father. That would also be a really hard one, considering how much pain Neji has from his father's sacrifice. Tsunade versus Don. Dude, just like, it's really sadistic what Kabuto is setting up here. You can tell this is his plan. It'll throw off a lot of shinobi's probably like stability and kind of keeping their heads cool during a really big battle like this, when their loved ones are coming back from the dead and they have to do hard things like probably just kill them, right? Again. Yeah, just crazy. The reanimation is popping off right now, y'all. I'm really excited to see what Kishimoto does in these fights and whatnot. But yeah, I think that'll do for this one. Not too much outside of that. I guess next episodes we'll actually get into our first battle. It seems like it's being set up for one epic battle here. I'm sure this war is going to go on longer. I know that we got quite a bit of Naruto left, or Shippuden left, but I can't wait to see how they animate the fight, like what the how they'll flash around battles and stuff, or if it'll be like one big battle. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a pretty big confrontation at the start, but maybe a lot of smaller side battles will break out and stuff. Really curious on how they'll like direct and produce these episodes. So but yeah, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this one, what your character ratings would have been, what your favorite moment was. I appreciate y'all joining me today and watching some Shippuden, and I will catch you next time. Peace.